So hey folks, welcome back. This is part 3, I'm sure, to my unconventional shed build. So I've started making up some window frames for the perspex plexiglass type stuff, and I'm wishing I hadn't bothered. It's been an absolute nightmare, as well as quite an expense. I had to buy a few lengths more of wood for framing the windows, and a lot of small sections of sticks. We'll just call them sticks. Little thin strips basically of dressed timber, which is quite an expensive thing. It's far cheaper buying big chunky bits than it is little skinny thin bits in the long run. But I need them, so I'll show you now what I've been doing. So here we have frame number 2. I've already built one and painted it. It's over there. No perspex in it yet. So I just thought I'd show you the bare bones sort of version, because once you paint stuff black, it's quite hard to pick up on film. More so gloss black. So I bought some more of this planed dressed timber to build the frames, and this one here will slot in between here, funnily enough, and here on the joists. So 2 joists to modify. I'd said that this was going to be the plain wall that I've built, and I was just sizing up off of this one, but I'm actually just going to make this the one with the windows. So I've got all this nailed, which was the hard bit. Wood splitting. Got a wee tip off my dad. Turn the nail upside down, give it a belt with the hammer to take the point off it, and all will be good on stuff this sort of size, which this particular bit is. Wrote it down for you here. 21 by 12 mil, roughly 3/4 by ½ an inch. I'm also using 34 by 12 mil, which are for these sections here, which will slide in, and then the acrylic will sit. It's not acrylic. The perspex, which I think is 5 mil, will sit in there. I've already got the top sort of railing. Then I've cut these a little long actually, since I've made a mess of quite a few cuts. I think there's 4 here that I made a mess of. It's just one of them things when you're not a professional. Built in a sill to this bottom section, and this will sit on the inside of the window, just to give me a little tiny shelf, I suppose. So it's coming together okay. The worst part so far, well, this has taken actually hours. It's taken me probably longer to do these 2 frames than it has to do that whole wall, as well as the whole base section, which is over there. But this part here is no fun. Sticky back. Paper. Brown paper. And eventually you'll get so far, then it'll just rip. This has genuinely taken me over an hour to do, and I've not done even one complete side as yet. So that's annoying. They're over engineered for what they are. I actually watched another video last night and I seen a guy basically just cutting his sheet of perspex to the width that he needed, and he'd put a frame on the outside, perspex slid up against the edge, and he sealed it all round, and it would have been perfectly fine doing it this way or doing it his way, but I decided to just be overcomplicated. But it actually looks quite good. Before I painted it, then it just looks like a black mess. Worked quite well. Heat it up, peel it off as much as you can, basically just rub. You can sort of roll it back up away from the glass. That's quite easy. And a little tiny bit to go on the other side here. Be able to get this one. Well, that fits just, but it's a little snug, so I'll run an angle grinder along the long edge of it just to make it a little bit looser. And then I'll go on to painting the rest of the frame to hold it in. Got these two still to paint black, and two of the long ones as well, at the top and the bottom. So I think I'll lay the frame flat, then get a bit of silicone in. Bought some stuff here, nothing fancy about it. So I shall get that stuck in place and then get back on the painting. I hate painting. Right, that's quite a bit of painting done. It's taken forever to dry, with it being winter. So I shall get the window stuck in place tomorrow, I think. In fact, it might not even be tomorrow. It's taken like over 24 hours for this paint to dry. But I'm not in any big rush. So the paint I'm using is this, which is the undercoat. And this is the black glossy sort of non-drip stuff that's like tar, but it's working a treat. So I've got that window all cardboard sticky back paper stuff free, and I'm a glutton for punishment, I know, but I've started peeling another one. So here we go, silicone gun at the ready. So time to pop the window in. Just drop it. Just giving it a little press, applying a bit of pressure. Making sure the sheet of glass is sitting flat. Flush, that's the word I was looking for. Beautiful. Just grab the camera. So that's one sheet stuck in place. I've almost got all of the backing paper off of this sheet, so I shall get that installed in this other frame very soon, but I just need to paint that first. And I've still got all these little sections to put in here that I've got painted. I keep forgetting to mention these on the underside of the sills. I have to burr them out so they sit flush on this beam, because the coach bolts stick up a bit obviously. But that's not the end of the world. So I'll get back on it. Well, that's that all secure and in place. Yeah, it's coming together okay. Just grab my camera. There's a few bits I still need to touch up with paint. Just little bits here and there. But I still have the other frame, which is behind me now, to paint anyway. So I'm going to give that a quick paint, and a couple of days later it'll be ready to take the sheet of perspex like this one. Then I'll stick it into the gap in the wall once I've stripped this down, and then I'll start building the other wall. But I'm quite pleased with these actually. For a novice, they've come out pretty well. And I've seen guys with routers or whatever you want to call them, cutting grooves out of wood and stuff like that. And I dare say if you've got the tools, do it, you know. But you can buy these little strips of wood and that saves you the bother, just build around it. So, pleased. Right, time to seal up the second window so I can get the perspex stuck in place. All good in the hood. Got all the paper, cardboard, backing stuff off of this, thankfully. Although, while cutting it with the angle grinder, a bit of plastic seemed to have marked the glass a little bit on one side, so not the end of the world. Just needs to move a little shade. Yay! Right, now to get a few strips of wood in, I glue these in place as well. I don't know if I showed that before. I've been using this, which I can't say is good or bad, to be honest. So that's that ready for paint pretty much again. I'll touch up all the little bits I've missed and a few little scuffs it's picked up. But first things first. Screw this down so it can't fall over. Right, now it's time to take away a couple of these studs and see if my windows fit. This will be the first time actually trying them, so fingers crossed again. Just push these bolts back into place and the window should sit on top of them in theory. So a little bit of friendly persuasion, and I suspect that will just drop in there. This is actually the wrong one I've used. I'd pointed out, I'd burred out a couple of holes to line up with these because of the domed heads on them. But this is the wrong window. But it won't matter, so I'll take away another 2 wall studs. From the other end. So again, with a little bit of friendly persuasion, that'll slot in there beautifully. Now I just need to mark up where these bolts are. on the underside, and that'll be me finished with this stage. So let's price this up. How much did it cost me to make what will be 3 windows? I'm going to make a third one. I've still got 2 sheets of perspex left, so I'm going to use the one that's not got the backing paper on it. That'll save me a good bit of time. So I'm going to make a tall, narrow window out of that, and I've still got all the materials to do it. So £20 per sheet of perspex. So that's 3 I will have used. So that's £60. I will have used 2 full lengths of 70 by 33mm planed at £18 for the 2 of them, 2 lengths. 1 length at 4.2 metres of 120mm by 20mm, £9 for one of them. 5 lengths of 34mm by 12mm at £3 each. That's £15 for 5 of them. 5 lengths of 21mm by 12mm, they're 2.4 metre lenses. £2 each, that's £10. So that gives us a grand total, not including nails and screws. I already had them, and for all the screws I put in. So grand total there is £112. Plus paint, £16 for the undercoat, 750mm, and £16 for the black gloss, again in a 750mm can. So that gives us a grand total of £144, which is not bad actually, but the time involved in making these, I would possibly just have bought them. Next time round you can buy used windows on Gumtree, Craigslist if you're stateside, and even eBay I guess, and that would save you all the headache of measuring and building and painting. But they turned out okay. So I'll show you the third one at some other point during this project. So peace out, take care, thanks for watching, cheers now.